No gold is not enough.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 6th episode of the In Touch Capstone interview series. My name is Anjali.
And I'm Taylor, and today we are so excited to be interviewing Alvin Hamilton.
Thank you guys for having me. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
All right, Alvin, we're so excited to have you. So to get us started, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Awesome. So my name is Alvin Hamilton. I currently serve as a youth pastor and outreach coordinator at the Life Church RVA. Just a little bit about myself. I was born in New Haven, Connecticut. When I was very young, both of my parents were incarcerated and got sent to jail for a very long time. So through that process, my family moved us to Chesapeake, Virginia, where I went to middle school and high school and got a full ride track and field scholarship to VCU. Within the second semester of my freshman year, I actually dropped out of college to pursue ministry, to answer the call that I felt like I had on my life. And so right now I'm serving in a pastoral position at the Life Church.
Amazing.
Wow,
Thank you for
so
sharing.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for that. Just to get us started into the questions, we know a little bit about your pastoral background and just kind of how you got into that. You are a pastor to primarily minority students.
Yep.
How has that impacted your leadership?
Yeah, I think it has caused me to be more sympathetic in a sense where I've had to realize that the community I'm pastoring is different than the community at large. So it kind of caused me to navigate how I speak, what I'm talking about, and how I even expose them to different areas of the world differently. Like, for example, in the pandemic, when social, unrest broke out, I had to be mindful of the fact that some of our students were being exposed to things via social media that were toxic to them. And we had 12-year-olds watching a video of somebody dying, over and over and over again. So it really caused me to focus on the social and emotional health of students and not just the spiritual health.
Yeah, that's just amazing. So our next question is, as a youth pastor, your job revolves around a lot of transparency and openness and creating a safe space for conversation. So what are certain conversations or topics that you've had to discuss with your students that revolve around being a person of color in general?
Yeah, it's funny. In the beginning of the pandemic, I went through a whole seminar of how to respond when you get pulled over by a police officer, like what to say, what not to say. And that was difficult for me because I didn't feel like I should be teaching that. I felt like, that was kind of outside of what I get paid or what I'm called to do. But I realized that they need to know that and they probably won't get it anywhere else. So I would say I talked about how to respond to police. I try to talk about love and how to not hate people based off what you see people do. I talked about how to love your enemies and how to forgive those who, oppress and persecute you. Yeah.
And the fact that you're able to do that is amazing, really. So Thank you for sharing.
And just to get us into our last few questions, what would you say is the best piece of advice you have received when it comes to being a leader?
Wow, I've learned so much. Just so you guys know, I'm only 21 years old. So I serve as kind of like a teacher and a student at the same time because I'm still learning. I would say the best piece of advice that I learned or that somebody gave to me was to make sure that the private life you live is, parallel to the public life you live. So don't be one person, outside your house and to be a totally different person inside your house. Because then you're living two lives. You're not being truthful to who you are, who you want to be. And really it's your private life that's going to set you up for the public success that you want.
Good piece of advice right there. Okay, so our last question is, what is one message or multiple messages or trait that you hope to instill in the children that you lead and teach?
Oh man, I think for me, it's find something real to hold on to have as a foundation. Of course, for me, because I'm a pastor, it's our faith, it's God. But there may be some people out there who are not Christian or who still struggling to find out what they believe in. I will say, find something that makes you get up in the morning. Find something that makes you want to be a better person. Find something that keeps you going, because we all know we're going to have some days where we want to end it. We just want to quit. We may even want to end our life. But if you don't have something that keeps you going, that reminds you to wake up every day and be a better version of yourself, you're going to give up. So really find something to hold on to.
I'll also be taking that advice. So thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, Alvin, we are so grateful to have been able to speak with you, to be able to hear what you've done and all the things
What you are doing.
What you are doing, yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we hope that everybody will come back and watch our next video. And
Thank you all for watching.
yeah, thank you for watching. Bye,
Bye.
I want
guys.
everyone to know that Taylor and Anjali are the best people in the whole wide world.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.